Molweni, 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 kanituleni mamele. Hello guys, how are you? I hope that I'm finding you well. I hope niyaphila guys. Ninjani this week? Guys, today we are out of the kitchen and we are busy with a Q&A. You guys also get to know me. So here I am. Here is the girl. My name is Zizi Tukula. And welcome guys. Welcome to Abantu Abafikayo. Welcome to the people that have been here since 2 weeks ago. Guys, there's 42 of us in just 2 weeks. Hi guys. Nenza kakhulu guys. Niyanibhleshisa nenza kakhulu guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. We're out of the kitchen today. We are busy with the Q&A. So you guys sent in some questions yesterday for me to answer. And guys, there is this one question that you guys are just, but I think I'll save that for last, and I'll just answer the rest of your other questions. So it's Elena, a question, where did you grow up? So I'm doing these randomly. There were people that asked me questions first, but that is the question that I want to say for last. So where did I grow up? I grew up in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. I was born and raised in Mthatha. I lived there for like most of my childhood. In fact, for all of my childhood, I lived in Mthatha. You know, I went to schools like Good Hope. My creche was Good Hope. From Good Hope, I went to St. Joseph's. From there, I was in Excelsior. From Excelsior, I was Zingisa. From Zingisa, like a lot of schools. From Zingisa, I went to Holy Cross, the blue one in Southridge. So I finished my matric there. Do I have siblings? That's another question that you guys asked me. Do I have siblings? Yes, I have a big sister. And from my dad's side, I have 3 other sisters. My big sister is my pride and joy. And guys, they are all my pride and joy now because I'm the last one. I'm the baby. I'm the baby of the family. I'm the baby of my, but my big sister, guys, like she's my deputy mom. She's my Alice. She's my everything. But yeah, I'm the baby in the family. What did I study and where? I'm just reading the questions, guys. What did I study and where? And the other question is, what is my profession? So I feel like these two go together. So I'll just give you guys one answer. So I studied basically environmental health. And I did my diploma at NMMU, which is now known as NMU, Nelson Mandela University. Back then it was Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. So I did my diploma there, and then I did my BTech in Cape Town, Cape Peninsula University of Technology. And by profession, I am an environmental health practitioner. In layman's terms, I'm basically an inspector, a health inspector. So yes, I'm one of those that goes to the spaza shops to check those that the president was deploying in December. When you are not going to chill, you are going to be at the spaza shop. That's me. Yeah, so I'm a health inspector by profession. Another question is, what do I value the most? Yo guys, I value my relationship with God and family the most. Nothing matters more to me than family. Family gay also includes those friends that have always been there. So those are the people that I value. Yeah. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Guys, there are people in my life that have very successful YouTube channels, and I've been seeing them working. I've been seeing them do what they do, and it looks like it's fun. And they have been nudging me, Uba, baby girl, your baking skills are going to do good over there. So they spoke until okay, these baking skills need to be in front of the camera. So it was the two of them. One is a friend of mine and the other is my sister-in-law. So they've been nudging me, but baby girl, consider this thing. So I thought to myself, you know what, 2025 is the year, let's do this. And some of you have also been asking, man, on my inbox on Instagram. You've been asking, Bakanti baby girl, where's your YouTube channel? So I was like, okay, the people want this, and these two ladies are do this. So like, and it's so nice when someone tells you do this and they have the experience. You're about, okay, you can do this because, you know, I'm also doing it, so you can also do it. So it's so nice when those kind of people motivate you. So they motivated me, and here I am. Yeah. Guys, you guys want to know how old I am? Hi guys, Dilly born free, guys. I am born free. I am 30 years old. I'm actually turning 31 in a couple of months. 31, guys. Nah, I'm still 25 at heart. What will you name your bakery in the future? That is a tricky question, you guys. That is a very tricky question. But I think I would basically call it Kwakula. You know, it has a nice ring to it, you know. Just masambe manzi like cake Kwakula. You know? Zimnandi geza cupcakes za Kwakula. You know? I think I'm on the money there. What is my favorite dessert? I would say that my favorite dessert off the top of my head is black velvet with cream cheese icing. Oh my gosh, take me right now. There is nothing, guys, that beats black velvet with cream cheese icing. Well, except for chocolate sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, okay, chocolate cake, death by chocolate cake, or rather. But black velvet is definitely a go-to for me. It's like my most baked item. That reminds me, I need to do a video with you guys with black velvet. Yeah, no, I think I've finished, so I'm gonna answer the big question that you guys wanna So you guys want to know how I met my hubby. I'm just gonna put this aside. Guys, so it was 2017. That was about 8 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was 2017. Now my husband has said I have a very for lack of a better word, I'll use distinct. I have a very distinct memory. Like, I will remember details to the T. So here is the T. So it was 2017, sometime in August, and I was driving my nephew to school. So I wasn't working at the time because I was doing my BTech. And I used to drive my nephew to school. So I didn't have classes on this particular day. Drove my nephew to school, and as I'm driving back home, I stopped at the robots. Obviously, the guy that was driving behind me was a nurse by profession, and he was just coming from night shift. So my guy fell asleep behind the wheel, and he literally drove into me. Like literally, like the back of the car that I was driving, which was my sister's car, back of that car was totaled, and the front of his car was kaput. So he basically apologized. I turned off the engine. I went out to go see what was going on. He apologized. He gave me his driver's license. He's like, can we please drive to the police station to open a statement? So we drove together. We went to the police station. We got there. I wrote the statement, and he agreed with the statement that indeed this is what happened. She is telling the truth. We both signed on the statement. We both got case numbers. So then we separated ways after discussing that, okay, I'll call my insurance, you call your insurance, and we will do the third party agreement. So fine. I went home, got home, called my sister, called my mom, and basically just told them what was happening. And when I called them, they were in such a panic mode because they're not there and this is happening, and I'm not processing it because I'm just like, no, I'm fine guys, like I'm good, it's okay, like. So they were like, no, but you're not processing it, your body's still in shock, you need to go see a doctor, you need to what you need to what. So I was like, okay, I'll go. I went to the doctor, got an injection, got a prescription, and I drove to the pharmacy into Discam. As I'm approaching the dispensary, I see there is someone there that's assisting a patient, and it seems like they are concluding their business. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm definitely going to that guy. And the patient left when the business was concluded. Just as I was arriving at the dispensary, the patient left. And I remember there was another old man that was also a pharmacist there. And the old man is like, come. And I'm like, no, I'm going there. I'm like, no, I'm going there. So the guy was like, oh, okay. So now most of you know that Discam has that what do you call that thing where they press where it goes, next customer please, counter what. So I didn't wait for him to press that thing. I didn't wait, I just walked. So now he tells me later on that because I didn't wait for him to press that thing, he had concluded to himself that, you know what, this girl is gonna stand here until I'm done doing what I'm doing. And indeed, he made me stand there, and he finished with his patient's things, and he signed everything that he needed to sign, and he put it aside. And then finally he looked up. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're cute. He looked up, he took which I had already placed in front of him. He took my prescription note and he took my medical aid. And there he goes through my things and he sees the name. He looks at me. This is after greeting me, of course. So he greeted in English. Now he looks at me because this name, it's not English. And he's like, do you speak Xhosa? I'm like, ayinjani bhuti, ndingumXhosa. NdingumXhosa. He's like, oh, I thought you were colored. Which makes sense, guys, because it's a colored area that we were in at the time. It's a colored area. So there are more coloreds than there are blacks. So he looks at me, is like, oh, I thought you were colored. I'm like, no, now this prompts me to look at his name tag, because okay, I look at the tag. I didn't see the tag properly. I saw the last name. I didn't see, so I basically saw Kula. I didn't see the tag, the rest of the tag properly. So now I'm thinking, where is that? So if you've noticed, when you go to a pharmacy, there's always that board that tells you who's in and who's out. So I looked for that, and then I saw, and then I'm like, oh, so this is you. Okay. But now at the back of my head, I'm like, this surname sounds so familiar. Like, it sounds so familiar. And then I remembered someone who has the same last name. So he comes back with my medication. So I'm like, do you know this person? And he says to me, yeah, I know that person. That's my brother. I'm like, oh, is it? Okay, small world. And he's like, how do you then know this person? So I'm here like, yo, I used to go to school with this person. And he's like, but I then went to Ezingisa as well. How come I don't know you? I'm like, yo, bro, like, I don't know, because I also don't know you. But I did go to school with this person. So it turned out, all along, I've been studying with this person, and I never knew that he was going to end up being my brother-in-law. But yeah, so I left the pharmacy. There was no exchange of contacts. There was nothing. I left. Now I'm at home. I'm supposed to be resting so I can get better. Did I do that? No, thank you. I'm busy thinking about the men that I saw earlier that I'm probably never going to see again. Now, the reason why I thought I was probably never going to see him again, because the stuff that I saw at the dispensary the last time I had visited the dispensary, which was about 2 months earlier, it was totally different people, because he was not there at the time. So I'm thinking to myself, what if I never see this person again? And, you know, something in me was just like, you know, girl, shoot thy shot. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. So I went back to the pharmacy on the same day. Now my back was actually starting to hurt this time around. So I went back to the pharmacy. And I got there, I'm like, yo, yes, I have classes tomorrow. And I'm now thinking, do I really have to go? Like, do you think, like, is your professional opinion that I should go to classes tomorrow? So he's like, yeah, I don't, my qualification doesn't give me the right to make that kind of diagnosis. So I would suggest go to class tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay. So he's like, yeah, but I would like to check in on you and see how you are doing. I was like, oh, okay. So I left my number and I left the pharmacy. So I was like, okay, at least I shot my shot. And now the ball is in his court. He has my number. If he calls me, good. If he doesn't, oh well. And 2 days after that, he didn't call me the next day. He called a day after that. So it was 2 days after the first time we met. He called me and he's like, yo, I'm just checking in on you. So I'm like, okay. So that was 8 years ago. And to this day, from that day of that phone call, we haven't gone a day without speaking to each other. So that is how I met my husband. He was the pharmacist that assisted me with medication after a traumatic accident. And yeah, to this day, he'll tell you he's very grateful that that accident happened, because we were probably never going to meet. But I still feel, you know, fate has You know, God has his ways, man. God has his ways. If we hadn't met after that accident, we were going to meet somewhere, somehow. Because, I mean, I already knew my brother-in-law. But yeah, that is how I met my husband. And yeah, that reaches the end of your questions. That is, well, all you wanted to know about me. That is all you asked to know about me. Any other Q&As we can do on Insta if anyone else wants to add another question. But I will end this right here. I feel like this is the longest vlog and I've been talking. Guys, I just want to say that for most of my videos, I will probably have very little FaceTime with you guys because my channel is about me baking with you. So most of my videos will be about the ingredients and the final product, you know, and I will of course show my face to tell you guys what we will be baking for that day. And thereafter we will be looking at the ingredients and the process and the baking and the tasting and all the good stuff, all the yummy stuff. So thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it with all of my heart. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I'll see you in the next video. Love you so much.